Pregnancy is more than carrying your baby. So it's that period whereby whatever you eat and whatever habit you engage in directly affects the growth and development of your baby. So the first thing a pregnant woman should do is to eat right. You have to eat nutritious foods because whatever you eat is the same thing your baby will eat. So you have to eat nutritious foods, foods like proteins, because these foods actually help to build muscles, they help to build tissues, they help to build organs, and then your baby needs, proper organ formation and, you know, muscle formation. So when you eat foods that are rich in protein, your baby's development and growth will be, top notch. And then another one is foods that are rich in iron. So iron is very good because it actually supports the red blood cells to produce more blood. So at this point, you would want to eat foods that are rich in iron because when you eat these foods, it actually helps you produce more blood and then supply healthy blood and oxygen to your baby. And then the third one is foods rich in calcium. Calcium helps your baby's bones to form properly. And again, foods that are rich in healthy fats because this actually helps your baby's brain to develop properly. So you want to eat right because whatever you eat is the same thing your baby eats. So the second point is to stay properly hydrated. As a pregnant woman, you would want to hydrate often because water actually supports delivery of oxygen and nutrients from you to your baby. So you want to hydrate often with clean water. Again, water actually supports the amniotic fluid. That's where the baby swims. It supports it. Water supports digestion. When you eat, your food ought to be delivered to your, baby. So when you eat and then you drink often, your food is freely delivered to your baby because your food is easily digested. And then you won't get constipated at this point because you're always hydrating. Water also avoids headaches. Water is very important. It helps you balance your hormone because when you're pregnant, there's a lot of changes going on. You're forming another life. You're forming another human being. So there's a lot of changes going on. But water is something that will really, really balance your body. So another very important point is to get enough sleep and enough rest. So pregnancy actually places a huge demand on the body. So at this point, you would want to sleep proper and rest proper. Because when you sleep, your hormones are regulating, your energy is recovering, your mood is getting stable, your metabolism is going good, and your tissues are even repairing itself. So it's very important for you to sleep well and rest well when you're pregnant. Because if you don't, it will affect your blood pressure, your glucose level, your mood, your immunity, and it will even affect your baby. And that's why some women come down with preeclampsia and other, you know, pregnancy-induced conditions. So getting enough sleep and rest is very important at this point. So another very important point is for you to attend your antenatal checkups regularly. Because if you don't, that's when the doctor actually pinpoints irregularities if they are actually there. That's when the doctor checks the health of yourself and the health of your baby. That's when the doctor wants to know if everything is going good. Number one. Number two, it's also very important to attend your antenatal care because that's when your routine medication is being given to you. Your routine medications like your ferrous sulfate, your folic acid, your calcium medications, because this will help your baby to form properly. This will help your baby's brain, your baby's blood supply, your baby's spinal cord, and even your own health. So antenatal checkup is very important. You wouldn't even want to miss one session of it. You'd want to attend regularly just to make sure that the health of you and the health of your baby is in point. So drinking and smoking is very detrimental to yourself and that of your baby because whatever you ingest is what your baby is ingesting. When you smoke, your baby is smoking. When you drink, your baby is drinking. You wouldn't want a little baby, their organs, everything about them is sensitive, is delicate, is not as formed as that of an adult. So you wouldn't want that baby to ingest what you're taking. So you have to avoid alcohol and avoid smoking when you're pregnant. Another one is self medication. Even as little as paracetamol, do not take. You have to consult a well qualified doctor before you take anything like medication or vaccines because your child's development is very crucial. You wouldn't want to give that child something that will make them deformed or something that will deter formation of their organs or their muscles, or their cells generally. So anything you're ingesting as a pregnant woman, you must make sure you take advice from a qualified medical practitioner before you ingest. Because the littlest things that may seem irrelevant may affect the welfare of your baby. And then when your baby comes out, you know, at that point you may not be very happy with what you will see or what you will hear. So you would want to be very careful with what you ingest and how you live your life. So you have to eat healthy, you have to avoid any, substances that will affect your baby. Thank you.